We're talking about the Boston Bruins right now. The Bees coming up short against the Islanders. You guys keep ripping open packs. The Bruins had their hearts ripped out last series against the Islanders, losing in game number 6, unable to force that game 7 back on home ice. Here's Tuukka Rask on what he was dealing with throughout the season, especially the playoffs.
So I have a torn labrum in my hip. Probably going to do surgery. I'm going to do surgery. I just don't know what the exact date is, probably within a month. Start the recovery process, and then we'll see what the future holds after that. Hopefully recovery goes well. And I'm not going to play for anybody else than the Bruins. This is our home. We have 3 kids. Kids enjoy here. They have friends in school. We have friends. At this point in my life and career, I don't see any reason to go anywhere else. Hopefully it works out that I recover well, and then we can talk about contracts when time is right for that.
How hard it is to get there, and I think that's the biggest thing you continue to come back to is we had a great team this year, and we felt like we could have gone all the way, and we should have gone all the way, but that's why winning a cup is so rewarding and getting there so rewarding is because how hard it is.
I think we have a great mix of guys, not just from top 6, but even throughout. I thought we had great depth, and it was challenged many times this year, faced a lot of adversity, and we're close to having a Stanley Cup caliber team.
All right, so certainly some big question marks surrounding Don Sweeney this summer. Look at the notable UFAs for this team. Taylor Hall on that list, Tuukka Rask, maybe the most important of those positions. David Krejci is a free agent, as well as Jaroslav Halak. We heard Tuukka come out and say that he was playing through a torn labrum. As a goaltender, mobility is key. What does that injury do from a goaltending perspective?
I mean, when you look at the amount of times that goalies are on their knees and or go into the butterfly position, it's so demanding. Every time you go in a butterfly, it's 2 to 3 times your body weight of force on your hips, on your ankles, and your knee joints. And the fact that the hips I started with, and he has a torn labrum in his hip, how he was able to play through this all season long is beyond me. He deserves a lot of credit. And fortunately for Boston, they're stacked at the goaltender position, having him and Halak and the youngster Swayman and Dan Vladar. But for Tuukka, this is going to be a very, very big surgery. And there's other goalies that have done it. It's a lot more commonplace now. They typically go out to Colorado and see Dr. Philippon. Varlamov's a great example. He had both hips done, Varlamov, and you wouldn't know it in watching him play now. So maybe there's a little ray of light for Tuukka at the end of the tunnel, but a serious injury nonetheless.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's certainly going to be a big decision. But they have key decisions at every position. For me, David Krejci is a key decision.
Yep.
He has proven that he can still play and be an elite centerman, albeit a second-line centerman. They gave him Taylor Hall, and you saw his production take off. When he doesn't or hasn't had that type of player, he's still found ways to contribute offensively, primarily on the power play. But there's a lot of teams that would have interest in him, and you can look no further than Sean Corelli as well. Not one of their top guys considered, but an important piece for them. What do they do with him? Mike Riley came in, gave him some much-needed depth on the back end, and, of course, the goaltending position. So it's going to be a busy offseason for the Boston Bruins.
All right, we'll see how it shakes out with Don Sweeney and company up there in Boston.